So Elena is using Morgan. She logs into Morgan. And what happened, Elena?
Okay, Morgan. So I just found out that May Mackey, she got a raise.
Whoop, whoop.
And now, she might be able to, she's going to be able to qualify for a bigger purchase price.
So Elena tells Morgan, May got a raise. Okay. Okay. All right. So Morgan, so she sends a message to Morgan, and Morgan responds, gives the borrower's name. Morgan knows it's Elena's loan, looks up the loan number automatically, understands what she's saying, that May got a raise. May definitely deserves a raise.
May deserves it.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah.
You heard that.
No, we all heard that. I told her to take a picture.
It's on video. Everyone, the whole world's seeing this. Okay. And Morgan asks Elena, do you have a new pay stub? And Elena responds.
Yeah, so I have the new pay stub and I upload it to Morgan, and Morgan's going to automatically review everything, do all the calculations or new income or new loan amount and everything automatically as soon as I upload the document.
Hold on, this thing is like locked up or something.
And they forwarded
Can you pause it?
software called Kumar, and he's going to review everything automatically. As soon as I put the document up there, it'll be reviewed. I don't have to do any calculations myself, so it makes it very easy.
It's not just locked up or something.
And as you can see, it'll be reviewed in 1 hour, so it's pretty fast. And now I am curious what's the pricing for today. So I asked Morgan, is there been any updates in the pricing?
So basically, when she uploaded the document to Morgan, she uses the phone, takes a picture, uploads the document. Morgan sends it to our automatically. So there's two pieces that work together, Morgan and Kumar. Kumar is our automatic underwriting rules engine. And that will, any document you upload into Morgan, right, is guaranteed to be reviewed and hopefully signed off. Right? All you loan originators know you've submitted a document, you want it to be reviewed and signed off by underwriting instantly. So we guarantee to review and sign it off in 1 hour. And then Elena asks, what is the pricing today? And
Yes, there's pricing, and Morgan will automatically give me all the pricing options for today by pulling this rope on the app.
so Elena just slides it, and all the pricing options come up. Okay, and then Morgan says, after she selects the pricing option, Morgan says, your loan's ready for processing. Right? And how long does processing normally take in this industry?
It depends, but a couple days for
It
sure.
feels like forever.
It
even
feels
though
like years, but it's not. It's like,
Feels like years.
it feels like years, yeah.
Right. Okay, so SunWest has automated processing. So you press the button, the processor, and in minutes the loan's processed. Okay. Okay, so the loan's processed. Okay, so Elena will say, the processor, do your thing, loan's processed, and your true approval is received by tomorrow morning. Okay. So Morgan is asking Elena whether she wants to proceed, and Morgan's basically saying he's going to do all these different things. Disclosures, and there's like 20, 30 things that processing does, verifications, review documents, and all that.
And then I'll say I confirm that I do want to have the loan proceed.
Okay, and she gets to select all the options. Okay. Okay.
Help you
And-
for one.
All right,
Okay.
so now it's next morning, 8 a.m. Okay, so Lena's done. This was it. As far as the loan officer is concerned, she was completed.
You're a
Right.
rock star.
Right.
So much
Best-
work I did.
Best
So
loan
much work of
officer.
just typing
Best
in
loan
documents.
Uploaded the document, told Morgan what to do, hit the button, and now, next morning, May gets a text message from Morgan saying, you got a text message?
Oh, I'm approved.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lena.
So Morgan sends her a text message saying, you are now ready to purchase your house with the true approval NFT. Right? Conditionally guaranteed by SunWest. And what that means is you can make an offer.
Right. The approval is so very important because with that approval, I can put sellers in a bidding war for my loan because there's no contingencies. It's just as good as cash buddy.
And as you all know, the market is shifting to now be a buyer's market.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say something else.
You thought I was going to say what?
The market is shifting.
Shifting, yes.
Yeah.
All right. And it's a true approval NFT, a non-fungible token, and that's where we go into the blockchain open ledger. We'll talk about that a little later as to what that is and how that works and why that's different and is necessary in this process, right? So this is not, typically in the loan business you get a pre-approval letter,
Right.
right? Which really we all know doesn't really mean anything. There's no guarantee on it, there's no commitment. But this is a commitment. For every true approval that SunWest has issued, we always came through. Every single one, funded on time, never backed out of a true approval. So it's guaranteed by SunWest. And by making an NFT and putting it in the blockchain, makes the process even more transparent and easier. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so there's her NFT, okay, and when she clicks on it, she can see her approval, all inside Morgan. And so she opens it. This is her NFT. Comes up, and keep going. Okay, so she asks. So Morgan gave her the NFT, gave me a chance to look at her true approval and verify it. Okay, and now Morgan's asking May, can I add your loan officer to this conversation? And what do you say, May?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. So, go ahead, Alina.
Yeah, so I say congratulations, May. You now have your true approval NFT. And what that means is you can shop around with confidence that you already have the loan and that you can actually place sellers in a bidding war for your NFT, for your true approval NFT. And then I'm going to ask you if you want to lock in your loan for 90 days at in certain interest rate, 5.875 interest rate, 6% APR. And with this, you can just you can look around and shop for the property without losing your interest rate.
So remember, all this is happening in minutes at 8 a.m. while she's still having her coffee, right? So everyone's interconnected instantaneously, right? Okay, and this is the rate lock confirmation that May Mackey gets. And
Because I
she-
say yes, lock the rate.
yes.
And then congratulations, you locked rate in for 90 days and you can go shopping for your dream house without getting worried that your lock is going to expire.
Right. So remember the rate lock confirmation, everything's all happening inside Morgan. The confirmation appears in the chat log and she can scroll back up and down, right, just like any other messaging system, and view that confirmation later on as well. Okay. All right, so in between, now that she has approval of NFT, then what did you do then?
Then I went shopping for my dream home,
Right.
and I found one.
And you found one. Maybe you found multiple. Maybe you like 3 or 4 homes.
Right.
Okay. But we're going to run you through a scenario where she found one specific home, right? And so then May goes back into Morgan. And what do you tell Morgan?
That I want to buy this house at 123 Main Street with my true approval for $300,000.
Okay. And then Morgan responds automatically, I requested your realtor Perla.
Yeah.
Okay. And Morgan also notifies May. So what has happened at that point, Morgan sent a text message to Perla so that Perla can join in the conversation. So wherever she is, she's normally on vacation in Fiji or something.
But I get the text message, right? I
On Fiji.
work
She's in
everywhere.
Fiji on vacation.
On Canada skiing.
Yeah. She gets a text message, and while May is like, I want this house, right? And Morgan is notifying May that the property that she's requested is also in Morgan's listing database.
Right.
And so then, you want to see the property, May?
Yes, I would like to see the property.
I will show you the property.
Thank you.
And then I'll
But-
make an offer.
So go ahead, May, click the
Click to view it.
To view the
Click to view
listing.
it.
There's a
and
beautiful
then the
property.
property comes up right inside Morgan, all the information.
You love the toilet, right? I'm gonna move forward.
The
Well,
best part.
what do you normally ask? What would you normally tell a home buyer to convince them?
I mean, in this case, that she found her property, most of the time it's gonna be within their budget and, you know, the location that they're looking for, right? This system is completely different from the way we even do real estate. And it took me about 2 meetings with Pavan to understand it. And I was like, break it down for me because I don't get it, and break it down. But basically, the system, after you submit an offer, you can submit multiple offers. You can actually do 2, 3 properties, contrary to how we do business right now. And what happens is that the NFT will go into contract with the listing that answers first. So if there's no way for you to go into multiple contracts with different properties because it'll automatically lock in when someone answers. So if I'm a listing agent and obviously this technology is starting to be used, I want to make sure I'm checking my email and I'm checking my messages, because otherwise I might not respond and someone else might respond to her offer and they'll go under contract with that offer.
Right. So basically, because it's open ledger technology and everything's transparent, right? There's no way, right? Open ledger and blockchain means it's impossible to cheat it.
Right.
Everyone knows what everyone's doing, and it's impossible to circumvent it. So she can say, I'm interested in these 5 properties that I'm willing to buy. I've got the money.
Right.
The true approval NFT is the money. I've got the money.
With no loan contingencies,
Right.
because once it goes through here, we have no contingencies within those seconds that the system processed it.
Exactly. So I've got the money, and I've talked to 5 listing agents. So you've talked to your selling agent, and your selling agents talked to 5 listing agents. Says, here's the money, here's the proposal, right? And the first one to accept it wins. So you can't defraud sellers either, because
Right.
the seller knows that once he accepts, it's done.
Right, right.
Right. So there's no, the sellers can't defraud the buyers can't defraud the sellers, because it's all on the blockchain.
Right.
Okay. So Morgan is asking May, please confirm you wish to proceed with the purchase. Do you want to buy that property?
Hell
sure?
yeah.
For $300,000, it's a steal.
In
Take it.
Corona, yeah.
So we confirmed.
Right.
Excellent choice,
And
May.
so Perla was added to the conversation, so she's seeing all this
Right.
at the same time.
And I let May know that I'm submitting her no loan contingency offer right away, and then I'm asking her to place her $3,000 earnest money with Morgan. So she's actually going to place her money into Morgan.
Right. So Morgan has a secure crypto wallet component that can link into your bank account. So, and the reason the money is placed with Morgan, which would be really a SunWest Trust account,
Right.
right, is because the smart contract is all tied together with the offer. Okay.
Right.
And that's why sellers know that it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
It's secure.
And so you want to go into your wallet?
I absolutely want to go into my wallet.
Okay. So we're going to our secure
Ooh, so
crypto
shiny.
wallet. So shiny. Okay, so Morgan welcomes May into her wallet. And again, it's all on the same screen. It just changes colors. It changes colors to black. So now she knows that she's in her secure area and no one else knows. So even though the conversation was going on with Elena and Perla, when she's in her wallet, only May can see this, right? Okay, so what is Morgan saying here? You can go through ACH, basically an ACH process, give an authorization to transfer the money. So you say, so you want to go forward?
Yes.
Okay. She says yes. Okay, and then the electronic funds, the e-sign from inside Morgan. So Morgan gives an e-sign document to the borrower. Are you going to sign?
Yes,
You
I'm
can-
going to sign.
You can click sign?
Yes.
All right. She clicks sign. Are you sure? It's $3,000. It's going to come out of your bank account.
I'm positive. I got a raise.
Yeah, okay.
I can afford it.
It's all good.
Okay. So Morgan's now saying, okay, you got to sign. It's there. If she ever wants to go back and see the document, she can click that within the Morgan chat log. She's also received it in her email, so she knows she's given the authorization. Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. So she enters the account number. So just pause here for a minute. And this is interesting. If you look at, I'm going to geek out for a minute. I'm going to go into the tech stuff a little bit. So at the bottom of the screen, you see where, and this where the furniture is kind of covering it up, so I'm going over here. You see where it's asking her for the information. Can you please enter the routing number? Okay. And we put a lot of effort into this design and the approach. This is a very different way to design a user interface. And the whole thing about Morgan, the whole thing about the technology is it's empathetic. It's supposed to make you relaxed. It's supposed to help you relax. It's supposed to get things done smoothly and help you relax. So we look like around the world for inspiration. And we looked at ancient Tibetan manuscripts and how they were written, right? And we figured, the ultimate place where you could come to peace and be Zen is Tibet. And so that user interface was inspired by how ancient Tibetan manuscripts were kept in wooden scrolls. So she just answers the questions one at a time in the wooden scrolls. Okay, all right. So now Morgan's talking some more. So you've given Morgan the account number and your account type and your ABA number. You've e-signed authorization, and $3,000 will be put out of your account to a SunWest Trust account. You're good with that?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is telling me that you've delivered the 3,000 to Morgan, and the funds are going to be in the trust account within 48 hours.
Okay. Because the reason it's 48 hours because that's how long an ACH takes to clear.
Right.
Right. So normally, what do buyers normally do when they give you a trust? A personal
They
check?
usually wire.
Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay. Okay, so now Morgan is giving Perla instructions. So remember now, at this point, the color has changed. So we're no longer in May's secure wallet. So Perla and Elena never saw your account information, right?
Perfect.
That's all private to you.
Perfect.
Okay. So now we're back in the public or the group chat, group conversation, and Morgan is basically saying,
Send the offer and copy me.
right,
Yeah, so you got to copy Morgan.
right.
Yep.
So bottom line is when you all do an offer, it's almost always you use DocuSign, right?
Right.
Right. And so Morgan you saw earlier, Morgan has its own integrated e-sign built into Morgan, but it's also integrated with the major e-sign systems like DocuSign. So all you got to do is when you send the offer out, you CC Morgan at SWMC. So that way Morgan knows everything that happens on that offer. Okay?
Excellent. I've emailed the offer to both of you.
Right. Okay.
That's the offer.
Right. Okay. So you email the offer?
Yeah,
And
May.
the email
You
came
say
up?
yes.
May, you got the offer?
I got the offer, and I
Sign
say
the
yes.
offer?
Yeah,
Let's
you-
move forward.
Yeah, okay. You opened your email, and you clicked it, and you signed it.
Yep.
Okay? Okay. So because Morgan was CC'd on the offer, okay, when she signed it, Morgan got notified, and she took the offer. Now that Morgan has the true approval, the $3,000, and the offer, right? They're all now permanently, immutably stored on the blockchain. All of that information. So no one can change it. No one can say you didn't make that. What are the things that could go wrong in this process, in this communication problem?
The communication in a normal transaction?
Yes,
Or,
in a normal.
the earnest money sometimes doesn't get delivered, which makes the transaction fall through. Or, one of the parties to the transaction doesn't end up signing it, so you don't have it fully executed. Those are the things that you have to double check when you're making them.
Yeah. And what about communication problems you hit sometimes?
Yeah, communication problems is you have to physically communicate with every party involved, right? If there's 2-3 borrowers and then the listing agent. So this in the blockchain just keeps everything so
Yeah.
everyone transparent. Everybody knows what's going on.
Exactly. Okay, so Morgan received it, put it all together, put it on the blockchain. It's all bound together, right? The
Right.
money, the true approval, and the offer.
Right.
Okay, but all that is at this point, it's not a purchase contract, just an offer because the seller hasn't accepted it.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Do you think the seller's going to accept this offer?
Yes.
Right. So now, may want to take another look at her true approval. So she's taking a look at it. We take a closer look. It gives her the instructions, do's and don'ts, what not to do until the loan closes. But what's interesting here at the bottom of the screen, it says you have 5 offers pending seller acceptance. So May is able to put this out on the blockchain, basically, in a sense, putting her true approval NFT for bid. Right? And the first seller to accept her offer
Goes into contract.
goes into contract. So it's impossible for her to get into multiple contracts at the same time. She can only get into one contract.
Correct.
Okay.
May, I just spoke with the listing agent. He accepted your offer and true approval NFT. Congratulations.
Woo woo! Girl, good job. Good job.
You own a $300,000 home, and
And I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
It's always been a dream of mine.
right. And then
And
one of the things I want you all to pay attention is the loan officer didn't have to do any work here.
Yay.
Just for a few minutes in the beginning, right? Quoting the rate, right? The most important thing a loan officer do, why is a loan officer licensed, is to quote rate and terms
Right.
and to advise on when to lock, right? That's what the loan officer did. Right. What's the most important thing that the realtor has to do?
Make the offer.
Make the offer,
Yeah.
right? And advise the borrower that, no, that's not that house has got this problem, that problem, this problem.
Right.
I'm not sure you should think,
Right,
I think you should rethink about that.
yeah. I don't like the toilet.
Okay, so after Perla spoke to the listing agent, and the listing agent accepted the offer, because Morgan was CC'd on the DocuSign, Morgan was automatically notified, right, that the seller accepted the offer,
Right,
right? So now Morgan responds into the group messaging system that your true proof of NFT is now committed to the purchase of this property, and the transaction is securely recorded in the blockchain. Right? And you will own this property in a few days, just as soon as the
Appraisal
appraisal, right, and title is received and verified. Okay, now here's some other magic. We have something called early PIW, which we didn't show this because the script is already too long. They're tired of standing up here. So for many cases, you can avoid the appraisal altogether. And we do this all the time. Now, in this case, May was a VA borrower, zero down. There's no PIW for a VA purchase. Okay, but as you all know, there's PIWs for many loans, and there's an ability before the offer is submitted even to find out whether it's eligible for PIW. So and Morgan can check that for you, and if it's eligible for PIW, it would submit the offer with no loan contingency and no appraisal contingency, right? Then the only contingency really there is title, right? And that's it, okay? So basically, with this done, your property will close in a few days. You'll be an owner in a few days, right? And as soon as the appraisal and the title report is back, Morgan will receive it. Actually, Morgan will hand it over to Kumar, the underwriting engine, to review the appraisal and title. It's all automated. The review, when we receive an appraisal and we receive a title, we take the data, and it's an automatic review, right? There's almost no human touch to it, okay? And so it's done very quickly, okay? And you can own this property. Is there anything else after this? Great. Who says great? May says great. What happens after that? Is it anything?
it.
Is it the end of this?
Okay.
Okay. And then, of course, Morgan's going to remind you the do's and
Important
don'ts.
part. Right.
Okay, so the do's and that's a good point. Okay, don't get hit by a bus, May.
Don't get hit by a bus. Don't go out and buy a car.
Right.
Don't change jobs. But why would I? Because I just got a raise.
It make no sense.
All right, so that's the people ask. Okay, well, when does the guarantee not the guarantee, right? If May gets hit by a bus, right? Obviously, there has to be a borrower at the time of closing because you still got to sign, right?
Yeah.
So
No buses.
I have a quick question, Pavan. So when you actually get a waiver, right? Because Morgan does everything within a few minutes. It underwrites, it processes, it does everything. What's the turnaround time? If I make this offer and May gets a waiver, what does a turnaround time look like?
Okay, so that's a good question. So first of all, the waiver, if you think back at the beginning of the script, May got the waiver before the offer was made.
Right.
So you as a realtor have complete certainty of what's going to happen.
Right.
Right? So now what's the turnaround time after the offer is made with the waiver? We're closing loans in 8 days, 10 days, right? It's as long as it takes to get the appraisal and the title back. That's
Unless we
pretty
have a waiver. Do we have a waiver?
much- if you have an appraisal waiver,
Right.
if you have a PIW, and remember you would get the PIW waiver
Right.
before
You make the offer.
you make the offer.
Right.
Then as long as it takes to get the title back.
At the time.
So like
And-
7 to 8 days.
For those loans, we're ready to close in like 2 or 3 days, because you usually get title back in 2 days. It doesn't take, most titles are electronic, right? So
Because I saw Jennifer close one in 7 days. That's
Right.
why I was asking.
right, you got to wait the 7-day TRID
Yeah.
Yeah.
trade waiting period. So even though, and sometimes we close them in 5 days.
Right.
There's a trick to that, because there's a way around, not around the TRID rule, but there's a way to do it and
Okay.
still be in the TRID rule.
So about a week, give or
Yeah,
take.
you can, if no appraisal waiver, you can definitely do it in a week.
Wow.
Okay? And that's it. You own the house. $300,000 in Corona.
You're all invited to the housewarming. Bring a bottle.
With tea, with